Hey guys, it's your host Vital and Walk. Today we're going to discuss the current crypto and NFT market conditions. But before we start, let's cue the intro.
Yo, what it do? Welcome to another exciting adventure here with Moon Boys Radio, where we're going to give you that alpha you didn't know you needed about possible 10x, scratch that, 100x, scratch that, Moon X opportunities.
Keep in mind, the NFT space is very speculative and highly risky. Anything we talk about here is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, so make sure to do your own research. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about the crypto market. Right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin and it's trading on a perfect trend. Like it's a channel right here, as you can see, drawn out the trend line. This is a daily chart and it looks like we're respecting the line right here. There are several traders that are saying once we hit the $25,000 mark, we should get rejection, and that's where we'll start coiling down downwards. But with the Ethereum merge being anticipated for the middle of September, it's kind of hard to know what's going to happen because everyone's going back to that thesis of the flippening, which is Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin. But as you can see right now, Ethereum's still trading in that channel as well. So it's possible that we do test the $1,800 level, as you can see with this line right here, but there are still chances that we'll pop over to 2,200. But with this current market conditions, I don't really think that we're in a bull market yet, even though we did have a triple bottom right here. What are your thoughts, Walk?
Yeah, I'm in the same thought process where like this chart looks relatively bullish.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things to kind of take into consideration. I mean, obviously it's hard to predict these things, but for me, one of the biggest things is just like our leadership, in the United States, like how the midterms are coming up in November, and I feel like there's a lot of trying to cover up to make the market seem like it's not so bad. And that's why I feel like it's starting to become a little bullish because everyone feels like, well, inflation is going down, some of the gas price nationally is going down. Like this, the overall market strength seems like it's on path to recovery.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are worried that this is really just like a cover up for the midterms, makes a party look better than maybe they actually are. So who knows? I think that also. I think there's a lot of outside factors other than the chart that could be taken into consideration. But yeah, like you mentioned, this triple bottom thing, it looks like it's on an upward trajectory. I'm a little hesitant just based on how the market conditions happen and
so what I'm gathering right now is you're saying there's some market manipulation from the Feds. I'm just kidding.
I would not go that far. I'm just saying there might be a little
fluff. Yeah.
And so I feel I would take the current movement with caution and obviously do your own due diligence and but for me it seems kind of bull trap so
yeah.
I'm more likely personally probably gonna wait for a larger dip.
So you wouldn't get in then?
I mean, I personally would not. Again, you do your own research because at the end of the day, your bag is your bag, and so
yeah,
I just don't see we haven't had a real dip yet. So
I agree.
The initial dip back at the beginning of June.
Yeah, I guess based off this chart, if you kind of look at it, one scenario I can kind of see is if we continue and test this blue line right here and then kind of go to the upside and blow off the next resistance, which is around the 2200, and then just kind of come back down and then create another triple bottom, which would obviously take a month-ish to a couple months, and then that would kind of show like a true reversal. But
Yeah.
I do agree that with like the fluff for the elections, and also like they're fluffing the economy right now, so I definitely wouldn't get in at these prices because the upside that you're looking at is potentially like at most like 22, 2400, but the downside you're risking is quite significant. From like, if you look over here where all these red candles crash, once we broke that support, we dropped literally over $1,000 almost, you know. So in my opinion, it's not really smart, but dollar cost averaging, you can't really go wrong with that. And then let's jump over into NFTs. This is NFTgo.io. It's one of my favorite websites when it comes to Ethereum NFTs, at least, just because it allows you to see whale count on blue chips, and you can also see like, I'll pull up a project and give you guys a rundown of how I use this. But what I wanted to bring up is just the top trending and the top mints right now. Most of the top mint projects are literally all degen plays. Did I say that right, Block?
Oh, 100%. I'm glad you moved away from Deegan.
And then
I thought you were
also,
talking about someone. I was like, who's Deegan?
yeah, no, and then like over here is like the top trending. I think this raid party is a game that has been out for a significant amount of time. It's crazy to think the floor price is 0.003 because at one point it was over 1 Ethereum, I'm pretty sure. And then the only popular project that I have been seeing pop off during this market condition, at least ETH term in the ETH market, is the rare Apepes. We called that in our Discord at point 0.3, I think it was, and it did run up to 1 Ethereum. So if you like money, pop over there. But this is one project I would like to kind of highlight because the NFT market's all about like memes and stuff. So this project really popped off because the artist that created this actually created Pepe, another NFT project back in 2017. I guess he was one of the artists, and like, I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with the Pepe meme. This guy, and so that's what kind of kicked this thing into gear. I think it minted at 0.05. They didn't sell out for a couple of months. Switched it to a free mint and minted out, and it blew up. And then the crazy thing is right now is like all the Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, they're searching for their identical Pepe because each Pepe that's created is paying homage to a Bored Ape Yacht Club. So there's their twin. And this one actually just sold today for 11 Ethereum. What do you think about this project, Walk?
I think one that's pretty cool that the artist is like one of like the people who like was inspired by using a Pepe, and like I think that's pretty cool. I enjoy memes quite a bit, so and like you mentioned, memes kind of run this whole market, and it'd be kind of I think I like the move of the team where they, like you said, they kind of had a lower mint and then it didn't go well, so they decided to do a free mint. Um, that for me is always like an indication. Like one, when it's like free like that, there's a risk. It's like pretty much like non-existent. So like, why not like just jump in if you can? I'd probably use like a burner wallet just to be safe. But
Oh yeah,
kudos to whoever got into this play.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I'm just gonna run over some tools real quick on this. So something I really like to watch is the holders. You get to see like who's accumulating this play, right? So this is a 1 year. Obviously, they haven't been around for 1 year, but you can see 18 whales have accumulated, and then the yellow line is the blue chips. How many people that own blue chips are jumping in this? So you can kind of see what kind of money is coming into this project. Because like obviously, if there's wallets out there that are full of degen plays, you don't really want them to be invested in a project that you're in because they're mainly into like get the trade, get the money, run, manipulate the floor price. They don't really care about the value and stuff. And this also makes like the holder distribution right here on this chart very easy to read. You can see that 56% of people own one, and it breaks it down all the way up to if there are people holding 100. And also the holding period, it shows all the holders like how long they're generally holding for. So it kind of gives you more conviction if you're like entering a project with a bunch of long-term visionaries, or if you're with a bunch of people that are mainly for flips. This can kind of help you get in, get out of projects, and make your own financial decisions. So I would definitely recommend checking out this website. I'll throw it into the YouTube info so you guys can all check it out. Now I'm going to pull over to the MagicEaton side of things, and Walk's going to tell us a little bit about the market condition over in Solana because he's the alpha king over there. Walk, you want to take it?
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm self-proclaimed. That's just a nickname Vital's been giving me lately. Yeah, for sure. I think like why don't we just like start off first with like the popular collections below.
Awesome. These?
It is kind of run by also some DGen plays. If you click DUTs, number 7. So you can see there's a derivative of DGods. So DGods announced, a while back that they're doing another collection called Utes, and the artwork looks similar to this derivative here, but a little bit more clean. But you can kind of see like from the activity, like in these bear markets, like DGen plays are like get a lot of attention, but like I personally try not to get involved too much because you can get burned real quick. But if you're in like a gambling move, this could be like the way to go because there's potential to make some quick money here. But I try to avoid because again, like it can hit 0 like in a matter of a few seconds. So it's just interesting, like like it seems like every other day there's more and more DGen plays that come about, and I think it's a little unfortunate because I think it takes out like the purity of the market. So, but it's always interesting just to kind of just like see how it's playing out.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like it makes it kind of hard for new people to come into the space, because like they obviously don't know what a DGen play is, so they might see something that looks kind of cool, buy it, get burnt, and then never want to return to the space ever again, And with like just the amount of like hacks there are, and just sketchiness that we see in the market, it kind of might give a bad taste to just new people that are trying to get in.
Yeah, no, for sure. It hurts the credibility, and that's one segment we're going to start soon, where we kind of talk about these like red flag plays and some of the plays that me and Vital have participated in and got burnt because we one maybe not saw some of the red flags, and two, they're just like it's just like a crappy market to be, or a crappy project to be in, and they burned us, and they make it seem like it's believable and like a strong project, and then just could turn on you in the bad of eye. So I think like that's why you got to be careful, and there are like true gems in this market. You just got to make sure you look out for some of the key performance indicators to make sure like you're getting into plays that are like kind of more like safe bets. And here at Moon Boys Radio, we kind of try to find those plays for you guys.
Exactly. So, what are your current thoughts of like the current bear market? When do you see us getting back to a bull market, and how do you feel is going to be different the next time around?
So, I mean, that's a pretty loaded question, I can't lie. But I think one project that I can see us giving us a relief bounce would be when Utes come out. I'm not exactly sure when the drop is, but DGods is like one of the largest Solana projects. And when they're dropping a collection, I think it's pretty fair game that this is going to be a pretty standout project.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to bring in a lot more investors back into the market, a lot more eyes. So I could see it being like kind of a relief, but I think it might necessarily be short-lived if, like we discussed earlier, if the crypto market kind of does what we kind of are predicting, where we're gonna see a small upward trajectory followed by a large drop. So that's why I think it'll probably bring us back down to a bearish market. But that's why you kind of gotta ride ride the upward trend, and then once it starts getting a little bearish, become a little bit more liquid, or look into some like OG plays that in the long run are gonna do you justice. So that's how I kind of see the market
Yeah.
panning out.
Nah, I definitely agree. Like, I was talking to a couple of my guys from a different alpha group today just about our thoughts on the current NFT market. And what I was kind of thinking is like how different it's going to be probably in the next bull run, because there is speculation that the next bull run is going to take several months, if not years. And I feel like there's just going to be such a huge gap between projects, where we're going to see what projects actually we're building and what projects that were basically just kind of slow rugging and didn't really have a plan besides the art, the staking, and then dropping a token without any type of utility for you to use the token. And like from where I'm kind of seeing things, like there are several projects, especially over on the ETH network, that have great art that people do view as blue chip potential right now, but all they're offering is literally staking a token that you can use for some whitelist spots, but there's really nothing else that they're doing that I can see that would help them get more attention in Web 2, if that makes sense.
No, that 100% makes sense. I think we're discussing like offline with Web 2 and how it's such a good source of like cash inflows to keep you afloat as a project, as well as like carry you on. Like, so I think if projects are going to start implementing that and start utilizing Web 2, I think that's a smart way. We're seeing projects start utilizing something like that, or maybe Moon Boys Radio would like come up with something. I don't know what your thoughts are.
No, I'd definitely be open to a project, but like, yeah, like exactly what I'm saying. Like with Web 2, the thing that's so great about it is it's a way to onboard, right? You're able to bring new people into the space that maybe have never heard of you. So like a project like Bored Ape Yacht Club, obviously everyone knows what that project is, but some things that they're doing so perfectly is one, like they have celebrities like repping their project, right? So that's so many eyes on that project. And when you know that there's only 10,000 Bored Apes, when you don't count the other ecosystems, like if you own a Bored Ape, you're kind of in a way connected with these celebrities. And then on top of that, like musicians, like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart's a comedian. He has one. Snoop Dogg and Eminem made a music video with their Bored Ape. So like when things like that happen, people in Web 2 are so curious. They're like, what is a Bored Ape? Right? So that causes them to Google. And what that does is bring more attention to this project. And then now what Yuga Labs, the owners of Bored Ape, are doing is they're basically building a Web3 Fortnite style game. And what's that going to do? Onboard more Web 2. So then when you're utilizing like the IP of these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, it makes these NFTs a lot more valuable. You kind of see what I'm getting at, Walk?
No, 100%.
Yeah, like not to fud my own bags, but like a project I own is like Alien Friends, right? So much hype back in the bull market, but really all it is art. They did staking, and you get a coin. But then it's like, okay, when the bull market comes, what are they going to do to onboard new Web 2? What are they going to do to make themselves kind of mainstream and make people want to buy these NFTs? Because like if you put Pokemon, for example, in the aspect of NFTs, like it would be really cool to own like a Charizard NFT because you would kind of own the IP, right? But then like,
Yeah.
who cares who cares if you own an Alien Friends like 4786 that is not in any cartoons, doesn't sell any toys, doesn't have any plans of doing anything. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel like projects that have many outlets of utility are the ones that are going to survive through these bear markets. The ones that are, like you mentioned earlier, are just offering just staking, basic tokenomics, and like maybe some small raffles here there. Those are like, for me, gives me the vibes of possible slow rug when they're not like delivering on what they wanting, like told the public that they're going to build on. So
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, like I think like what they're gonna do is end up like hitting a wall. Like everyone's trying to innovate, and then like when certain projects aren't going to be able to pivot into that same like category, then I think that's where they kind of have to like give up almost unless they find a way.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, man. Is there were there any other projects you'd like to address today?
No, I think I think we did a pretty good job of just kind of covering the crypto market overall, the Ethereum market overall, as well as like some cool tools that you can use like leverage to help better trade some of the Ethereum plays. And we talked about some of our experiences with Solana and how we feel the market's going to pan out. So I think we covered a lot for this video. And I hope you as audience like enjoy this, and you can let us know in the comment section whether there's other projects you want to cover, other topics. Let us know.
Awesome. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe us. Jump into our Discord to stay up to date with all of our plays because Window XP, our man, the sniper, he's been hitting plays back to back to back. He's the only man in the game that I've ever heard that had to open up a second wallet because one got too filled with Solana. So make sure to stay tuned for our next episode, guys. Have a good rest of your day.